I have you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Cuts Tech review. This is going to be the Samsung Galaxy Fold. I know you've already seen the picture and you know it's got that lovely colourful picture of St Paul's Cathedral on it, where I've splashed the old flag across it just to make sure everyone understands it's British. We're going to do this 5G version of the UK Galaxy Fold. This is provided by EE in the UK. I believe they are the only phone provider that are doing it, so they've got exclusive rights to sell it, or at least at the moment, at least in its infancy. We're going to carve this open in a minute, get this wrapper off. We did shoot the audio earlier, so in case you realise that this isn't quite matching as well as you'd have liked, it's because I'm actually redoing the audio. Because the original audio, well, it was appalling. The air conditioning unit in the back of my lab was just buzzing away like all through it, and I didn't realise till the end. And of course, once I've carved this plastic off, it was very hard for me to then put it back on and redo the whole video. So I'm just going to do the audio. And to prove that I've already done the audio, any second now, my hand's going to come off with a pair of scissors, indicating that they're, oh, there they go. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use those scissors. Also, during the video, I cut to the box being open rather than showed you me carving it open with the scissors. Ta-da! As if by magic, there it is. And I don't know, I can't justify what all these hand movements are because I can't remember what I said at the time. What you might notice is that little dent there on the corner of the box. I mean, it's nothing really, if I'm honest with you. But you never know. If it's damaged inside, it may need to be returned. And if it is needed to be returned, then we don't want it. I don't want to damage the box anymore. And I definitely don't want to damage any of the packaging. Because I get a bit fussy when you send stuff back and the packaging's gone. So here I am, demonstrating the box being damaged. And I'll cut the tape off. There you go. I'll cut the tape that says do not cut if it's damaged. I don't really think that's damaged, is it? Look at those hand movements. It's like a magician and someone who likes to point a lot. Should use foam hands. Let's shake this thing open, get it out, and look. I mean, I make that look like hard work. Let's be honest. It wasn't. I love the way I just throw the stuff around. Yeah, don't need that. What's this? Well, another bit of box. Off you go. This bit here. When you lift it, the tablet stroke phone is underneath. But I was hoping, look, as you slowly lifted it, maybe the phone would slide towards you and like present itself. Obviously, I reckon Apple would do that. Apple would do it so as you open the box, it just slid towards you and go, here I am. What do you want? Here's the device. It comes open like this, and I'm pretty sure it's because if it was in storage for a long period of time, that crease that is definitely going to be in the middle would be more predominant. It'd be more visible if it's left folded permanently. So they sent it open. A few care instructions here. One that I was a bit worried about. It says do not press the screen with a hard or sharp object. I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to use my a pen or a pencil, but right underneath that it says or fingernail. I don't know about you, but my fingernails grow at the end of my fingers. So, you know, when I'm stroking the screen, no pun on stroking, but when I'm touching the screen, I'm hoping that that fingernail's short enough. I'm going to have to just cut them every week as opposed to every 14 years, which is what I do at the moment. There's a few other things there. It's got a lot of magnets in, it says down the bottom there. I presume this is just to clasp it shut and keep it clasped shut. You do find when you use it that it's got a nice snap feel to it, and I think that must be what all the magnets are pulling it together. That's just a bit of cardboard that was there to house the device itself. Another little packaging and brochure to say, look, unfold the future, we're the best. And to be honest, fair play to Samsung on this one. They pretty much are the best. I mean, no one else has done a decent commercial available foldable phone. Concierge service, don't know about that, but this 1 year complimentary Samsung cover. To you and me, it's called a warranty, but don't let that bother you. It's just a different wording. In here will be manuals, etc. These are the AKG headphones. They sit in this lovely little case which holds a charge. So when you clasp the case shut, they charge. When they're fully charged, you can use them. Obviously, you don't need them fully charged to use them. That came out wrong. But when they're empty and drained, you can put them in this case, and the case will charge them. And you can also charge this case by putting it on the back of your device, as long as you've set the device to have this reverse charging in it. This is a standard UK plug, USB 3-pin, and here is a USB-C adapter. Primarily this is going to be used for transferring data from an old phone. So you plug your old phone lead into there, and the other end of the old phone lead into your phone, and away you go. The other end into the Samsung. I think it uses Smart Switch or Switch Smart. I think it's Smart Switch. You install it on both devices, and basically it transfers all your data. It tells the new device all the apps you've got, and then installs them later. Those there are earbud covers for the AKGs. They're just little soft rubber tips for people with different shaped ears, or wider ears, or narrow ears, or whatever. I mean, weirdos, if you ask me. There's one set of ears and everyone should be the same. In here we've got manuals, etc. Quick start guide. Might keep that for a bit of easy reading. Warranty. That's what it's called. It's easier when you think about it, isn't it? Another warranty. Regional lock code. Not sure what that was at the time. I do now, so I'll put that in there. Smart switch. That's correct. That's what it's called, and that's what you're going to need that adapter for. Instructions on how to put the carbon fiber looking case on. The key to get your SIM card tray out, and there's the carbon fiber case itself. There's little sticky strips under there that basically you slide onto the phone, and then it keeps it in place. Okay, as you can see, I've put the case on, which is nice. This little carbon fiber look. It's a little bit oily, or well, not oily, but waxy. It's smooth. It's just a little bit. I'd have preferred maybe a little bit more grip to it. Although I'm doing it an injustice here. It's all right. I just think it should have a bit more of texture to it. I like texture. Who don't like texture? So anyway, I've also configured it all with my stuff. Put all my apps on. Now I think the setup process probably takes about 15-20 minutes. But if you've got a load of apps and you're transferring from an old phone like I was, then you're looking at an hour to 2 hours, which is what it took for me. The initial process took about 20 minutes, and then when you unplug your other phone, it downloads all the apps again. It doesn't transfer them across. So that took a while for me because I had quite a few apps to download. God knows why I don't use them all. But anyway, it looks smart. They call this a candy bar form factor, and I quite like it. While we're at the front, this front camera here is a 10 megapixel ultra wide. It's quite good, apparently. I mean, I've not taken any decent photos with it yet myself, but I'll try later. If we talk about the back for a minute, you can see this 3 camera setup here. We've got two 12 megapixel cameras. One's a wide, one's a telephoto, and a 16 megapixel ultra wide. LED flash, usual stuff, HDR, panorama. It does shoot in quite a few video modes as well. I think from memory, let me think, 2160. Yep, I'm looking now. I say I'm thinking, but I ain't thinking at all. I'm looking to my left. 2160 at 60 frames per second. 1080 at 60 frames or 240 frames per second if you like that slow-mo stuff. 720 at 960 frames per second. That's ultra slow-mo, surely. I don't know what else you'd call that. So it's got a good camera array. There is obviously some more cameras on the inside too. One 10 megapixel wide and another 8 megapixel wide that's used as a depth sensor. Not sure what that means. I'll pop it open and show you. These are located here. But we'll come to those. This double tap at the top lights the thing up and it looks lovely. It's got a fingerprint reader here which is useful. You can turn a feature on with the fingerprint reader where it uses gestures, so you can slide it down and it would bring the notifications bar down. I personally just use it like that as a thumbprint. I find that if I grip it too high, then it's bringing that down when I don't really want it to. So this is ideal for one-handed, as I will now demonstrate. Left, up, left, left, or some of you might be saying right, right. As you can see, I've got quite a few apps here. This is your home screen. I haven't changed the clock. I know it looks a bit cack, in my opinion. I will change it, but I was setting it up so fast. It was just to get the video done. Didn't have time. The Google Assistant here is very good. Look at that. It's almost amazing. But we're all used to seeing this. Tap it like I did there and it pops up. You can also say, OK, Google, and it'll pop up. Thank you very much. Right on cue. You can also set this assistant to be... well, actually, you can set the assistant on the earbuds, the AKG earbuds. You can set them to be Bixby or Google or Alexa, who we don't tend to mention too much, but she's still around. Another thing you can do is you can set the button here to either press once and it shows you the power off settings, or press once and it'll activate the assistant. Press and double tap and it will open up the camera, or double tap and you can set it to an app that you want to open up, which is nice. As I said earlier, let's demonstrate. Let's do notes. I've prepared for this. I'm going to type a sentence. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's got every word in the alphabet. Now, you'll see as I type, it will autocorrect if I mess up. But I'll try not to mess up. You ready? One finger typing. My thumb does reach a long way over. And it reaches to the top. But anyway, you ready? Here we go. The quick brown. How many of you are saying this is boring? Guess where that fox jumped? Over the lazy... Oh, I might have gaffed that up. Dog. I've written fog, but it's going to correct it. Quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. It's pretty good. It's not bad at all. So replying to text and that, you know, you don't need two hands. I know people are like... No, you don't need to do all that. I mean, if you opened it up, you're going to need two hands. But for this demonstration, I'm showing you that it's actually... I know I've heard a lot of reviews saying the screen's too small. It's actually really good. I mean, I'm loving that screen. Really loving it. So, as a little demonstration here, if I open up YouTube, we've got a nice Apple Watch review by Unbox Therapy here. Let's get this going. And on this little form factor screen, we'll open that up. It's not too bad. It's watchable, isn't it? What do you think? The sound's fine. It's just I turned it down instead of up. There you go.
Ooh, I mean, very nice so far. So you got to have the sport band for all your activities and whatnot. Well, because you got the heart
stereo
rate
speakers.
Tracking, the fitness and so forth.
When you open this
nice.
up,
Two sizes included, so
it just carries on.
Large and small, medium. Very soft touch situation going on.
Very nice.
To it.
You can probably see the crease.
So
Let me turn it.
More than one.
You can definitely see it now.
Depending on the event. Now, the
But when you're head on,
it comes in
you
more
don't
than
see
one
it.
color. There's also
You definitely don't see it. Let me just mute that for a minute. The crease is visible at certain angles and definitely at certain colours. If it's dark, you'll see it more predominantly. If it's a light, bright screen, you won't. But when I'm head on, I don't see it. It's a bit like this little notch here. This notch, I treat it, my brain treats this like it treats my nose. I can see my nose every day, but I don't look at it and my brain doesn't tell me it's there. You just don't see it. And that's how I feel about this notch. I don't see it. So anyway, moving on. This, well, yeah, I might as well show you this feature while I'm here. I'll do it again, I apologise. If you slide from the left or right, God, what to open up? That's not going to get me in any sort of trouble or reveal anything of that I don't want it revealed. Let's do something rubbish. Don't really know. Let's open up a calculator. And you can see it's opened up there. And you can have 3 apps here. So if I open up another app, I don't want to open up Google Assistant. Let's open up Curiosity. So here you go. You got 3 apps, and you can press and hold and drop them, and you get them. You can just move them around, and you can close one or close them all, or whatever you want. Really, it's pretty much a standard fee. You just drag that across, and Curiosity becomes the prime leader. The other thing to remember here is if you're in something, so you're in Google, you're in Google Chrome in this instance. If you shut the phone, it can appear on the other side. Now that's in the settings. That's not as standard. You have to, if you want something to continuity. If you want that continuity, you have to say, I want Google Chrome to be continuous when I close the device. Just one of those. Did someone? Oh, that's annoying. It shows you that I search for YouTube, like I can't spell it or something, like I'm some sort of child. Don't answer that. Other things to note while we had this open are these 2 cameras. I'm not sure if I mentioned them. I said that we'll open them up and see them, but there's a 10 megapixel wide and a 8 megapixel wide as well with the depth center. These are built into this part up here. Other specs, I suppose we should do a few specs. It runs on Android 9, which is Pi, I believe. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 octa-core. It also has 12 gig of RAM, which is nice. The processor for the graphics, the GPU, is an Adreno 640, which is apparently good. And let me tell you, I've played Call of Duty on this, and it's brilliant. I would demonstrate it, but it's going to give you everybody my handle, and I know what's going to happen next. It's going to get a load of friend requests, so we'll skip by that. There's no card slot on here. You can't increase the memory size, but what you have got is a 512 gig of internal memory. I mean, I would never fill that up. I don't know. You might fill it up. I don't know. There's no headphone jack either, but we all knew that. That's why they give us the AKG Bluetooth earbuds. And as I said before, if you put the earbuds in the case and you put them on the back of the phone, and the phone, you've set the reverse charge up, it will, reverse charge. It will charge the little earbud case. So if you're out and about, you can, and you run out of power out of the case and the buds, you can give yourself some more power and carry on listening, or just listening. Other things of note, the display internally is a dynamic AMOLED capacitive touchscreen, usual gubbin 16mm. They've not pushed the boat out with something revolutionary here, apart from the fact that it's a lovely foldable polymer, which is really nice. Other things that I should mention, I'm looking at a list now that I wrote earlier. Yes, it's got stereo speakers. Yes, it's 32-bit audio. Yes, there's active noise cancellation with dedicated mic, Dolby Atmos sound, usual Wi-Fi settings, 802.11, A, B, G, M, AC, AX, dual band. It does the lot, hotspotting, GPS. I don't really think you need this read out. It's obvious it's going to be near field content included, Type-C USB on the bottom there for charging. It's just a standard phone with a few better tweaks. The 12 gig of RAM's nice. The 4,380 milliamp battery's nice. It gives you good longevity, and you're going to need it to power that big screen inside. What I've found since I've set it up and been using it is that you don't need to use that big screen unless you want to look at something that you need that big, like videos, web pages. You might want to scroll through and fill in web pages because it's easier. But when you're answering texts and SMS messages, making phone calls, just checking your, maybe you check in your football scores, you don't need to open it up. And I think that as the weeks and months and years roll by, you won't open it up half as much. You'll be like, I don't need to open it up, I can operate everything from here, and that's what I'll do. click on the comments down below, put a comment, let me know what you think when you've used it, if you've seen it, if you've got one, if you've bought one, how you get on with it, how often you do open and close it, because I don't think it's going to be that many after the first few months. I read that Samsung said it's good for 300,000 folds. I reckon that's good for about 3 years. I've never had a phone for 3 years, so it's not going to bother me. It'll probably be chopped out within about 6 months if I'm anything to go by. Hit the like button, hit the little bell so you get a notification when we send something good, or even when we send something rubbish. Hit the subscribe button and you can catch up with all the latest videos we make. Till the next time, goodbye.